set. We are in a tie match at the trial. Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They do have to be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Dead Hard could get them the distance to get it too. Shot.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are gonna teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Oh, the grab! Yes! That is disappointing.
This is be a 4-man out because.
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here. All right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I'm your host, LittleRugaard, and I'm joined by, that's right, the unending void that is my life. That said, we're going to Larry's today. Another week of indoor maps, and I'm kind of here for it. I was really worried when everybody said, we want to do indoor maps. I'm like, are you guys insane? Are you guys high? I just wasn't on the good stuff, apparently, because it's actually really, really fun to go to these indoor maps like Larry's and watch this just completely different playstyle that I'm not used to seeing. And despite, like, I've always thought Larry's was a very Survivor-sided map, and to this day, I still kind of think that without regulations, but obviously in comp we have regulations and restrictions. And it's actually a lot more different than I was expecting. I've seen some really interesting dynamics play, but we have Eviscerate and No Mercy. We're going to be going to Larry's here, and we're going to be seeing a Spirit right off the bat, which is very interesting to me. I've never, I don't think I've seen a Spirit play on these maps just yet. I've seen a bunch of other Stealth Killers and Nurses and everything else that I wouldn't expect, but a Spirit is a first, and I'm kind of interested to see where it goes from here, especially like after the rework. Survivors have really tuned themselves to this new playstyle, being able to like get a better up and up on these 50-50s, depending on what add-ons. Generally, the add-ons tend to be the same these days. But with that said, we won't have to wait much longer as we are loading in. And Eviscerate will be killing first. I should have mentioned that. They will be playing the Spirit. And I'm gonna enjoy this. I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this game here as we load in. Again, survivors all spawn together. And it looks like Spirit has spawned in the main building here. And seems like they're just getting a little bit of control underway, making sure that their M1 button works. 'Tis a good thing. I'm glad the M1 works. Now just looking around for their first survivor, heading past the office area. Do you have a nice little 3-gen back here, potentially? No corrupt intervention, as I've been told that corrupt intervention really just doesn't work on these maps. And, you know, after some explanation from my good buddy Jukebox, I believe him. Oh, one god pallet down. And the firecracker's a little bit too far away for the blind. Unfortunate. Regardless, going into main building part here. Can't tell if that was a vault or a... Ooh. Seems like they ran into each other, and they will take a hit there. Continuing up, going into the back half. Effective comp corner, gate corner, if you will. I say, can David make it back to the pallet? I can't believe he could. Yeah, no, just going straight into the corner. If there's a Saba play in here, I'm going to be very depressed with the Spirit. This is a nasty corner to go into. However, not seeing someone just yet. First gen popping for the survivors. Survivors are well aware now that there is a perk in play called Sloppy Butcher. I do kind of dig it. It is a nice little slowdown. We've seen it before on maps like this. Like Spirit's heading back. Ooh, immediately finding the ace. Ace not able to hide out there. Good fake. And Spirit is going to fall for it. Do they fall for this as well? No, they do not. They will take the hit over the top. And Ace possibly going for a hook trade here. Maybe a little bit of deli on the menu. Oh, an early phase. And not going to cost him too much time, but David will be able to get to safety because of that. Second hook coming in for this killer here. 2 hooks to 1 gen. Fairly tit for tat so far. I expect to see a 2nd gen shortly, if survivors have correctly identified these locations. I would love to know what the map for these maps look like. What's the clock here? Ooh, they do find Nancy, though. Pushing them away from this generator. Yeah, and there's that 2nd gen as the Deliverance pops off as well. Seems like Adam finishing up that gen and is going to pre-drop this. Not gonna get the stun, and probably will be taking a hit here. Doesn't look like Lithe or Sprint Burst from this survivor, and they're just going to cut chase and go back to seemingly maybe to catch a survivor off guard. No survivor heading back here just yet. Maybe Nancy going back to the generator. Yeah, they do smell Nancy back here, and they will be able to pursue. David was reset. Ace still broken for the most part. God Palette already gone here. Nancy could be in a bit of trouble. They lose the 50-50 on the pallet and will go down. First hook coming in for Nancy. Spirit phasing once again, closing in on main area. Sensing a survivor, man, this killer has way better headphones than I can afford. My goodness, I would not have heard Adam grunting, but able to hear that. Ooh, Adam holding W and not going to stake around the pallet, not wanting to deal with that. Instead, getting to a much safer pallet here. Our Spirit is going to go into phase. Quick phase not going to pay off, and Adam gets back to that center pallet. Well, misclick, and they do find Adam after all, going. And that is going to be first hook for the Adam. Every survivor so far being hooked. 12 points awarded to the killer for these fresh hooks already. All other survivors have reset, though, so possibly only 1 gen about to pop here, as all the survivors have reset effectively. Yeah, there's not a ton of progress on this back generator. Nancy is here. She will take a hit for this, as the Adam is unhooked here. And will Spirit follow up with their power? Yeah, I think they will. Good 50-50 from the Nancy this time, winning the coin flip, and we'll get plenty of distance away. If I didn't know better, I would have thought smash it, but nobody's cool enough to run smash it these days. Oh, they do finish a 3rd generator, though. Not in the Nancy's, to mind you. With this gen being about 50%. Good 50-50 again from the Nancy. She is 2 for 3 on these mind games so far. However, she is in this corner, and this is a dangerous spot to be in as a survivor. We'll see if she can get this coin flip or not. Vaulting once, but not vaulting back, and that'll be 2nd hook coming in for Nancy. However, again, a lot of time given to these survivors. Probably another gen going to fall here momentarily, but they will be able to regress this one just a little bit after this hook. No real 3 gen to speak of here. Nobody on this generator. Yeah, and this one near office. If it's a single man, that's going to be a very difficult one to get rid of as well. However, main building, yeah, main gen will fall. Oh, and that gen is yellow. Maybe an eruption, maybe a call of Ryan. We'll just have to see. Trying to see where these survivors will go. Maybe, you know, faking their teleport, or I'm sorry, their terror radius there. They do find A's. I think they want this Nancy out of the game. It does make sense. If they get their power back up, they might be able to take on this Nancy. This is a dead zone. The God Palette is thrown. Doubling back and going into the corner here. Oh, it is Call of Brine. Nancy able to get some distance from that vault. However, they will probably be going down here momentarily. They do go down, and it is Eruption as well. So Colubrine Eruption confirmed here for the Spirit, as this is Death Hook for Nancy. Unless there's a Decisive Strike, which in this situation will probably not get too far with the Spirit having their power up. Yeah, they will go down immediately. However, all those survivors are incapacitated this whole time. Eruption proving invaluable to keep that last gen from firing off too quickly. We'll see if they're able to jump back on it soon and finish it. However, Nancy will be checking out of this game and going back to the campfire. Spirit immediately going to be phasing back here and see if they can prevent this from popping. They will be able to. Survivors are nowhere to be seen. They do get the hit on the Atom as they go for the vault. We see another gen being worked on in the distance. Spirit really wanting to apply Colubrine to this generator and make sure it starts regressing ASAP. Looks like they are trying to reset here. Spirit not trusting this and going back to their generator. Yeah, they smell correctly. There is a survivor over here still. And while they reset through Sloppy Butcher, Ace will be getting chased off this generator. However, Colubrine has been stopped. It is not regressing at the moment, so that gen will be staying in place. Ace, don't you know that she's not phasing, my dude? And they will take a hit for that. However, Adam will get reset. They have their power here. This could be a down. And with Eruption up, that will kick off Colubrine again to start regressing. Unless the survivor is there to touch it, and they called out that they were going down. Spirit opting to go for a very far away hook to make sure these survivors have to waste as much time to get this survivor off the hook here. Question is this enough time for the survivors to finish that last gen in the back? This is a long way to go back. Seems like Spirit wants to check on both of her other gens in the meantime just to make sure. Yeah, that is a single generator. That is not one you want to try and figure out. Oh, and this gen is, in fact, almost completely regressed back down to at least 30%. Second generator, however, does have a significant amount of progress on it. Adam will be able to get to the safety of the office. That God Palette is still up and available at this moment. And we'll see how these players play this little bit of a grind here. 3v1, but only one gen left. Oh, that almost worked. Oh, some interesting mind games going on here. Adam will get the vault, but will be taking a hit here momentarily. Ace was unhooked, and I imagine they are probably resetting them as we speak. Spirit going the long way around. However, there is a pallet here. They might be taking a hit here, though. They might be a second down. And there you go. Eruption on that generator as well. We'll be regressing it additional. Second hook coming in here for Adam. Spirit is definitely getting as many points off these hook states as possible. Even if they are able to finish the generators, there will be a significant amount of points going to this killer. Oh no, they seem to have found Ace, and this is where God Palette gets thrown here, I imagine. Yeah. Adam does get unhooked in the meantime. However, Ace is in a world of trouble as they are Death Hook. Making a 2v1 would be really tough here. However, as we've known, these inside maps have a little bit of a precarious hatch spawn situation, and hatch plays are quite common. Ace going down there under the pallet and knowing no decisive strike or anything else, this will be Death Hook. Adam was reset. So now I'm wondering if these survivors are going to start trying to look for a potential endgame scenario, maybe starving the killer of any hook points by bleeding out, maybe trying to find hatch. Anything is available here. Also, I suppose that with that other gen not being kicked recently, maybe a decent amount of progress on it. No, I spoke too soon. That gen is at 0. Colubrine Eruption is just proving to be too strong. Worth noting now, as we have also come into the close of this game here, and seeing as screams are sometimes not heard, there is a fourth perk that is known about to these survivors, as there have been a couple of hooks that have done this. There is Scourge Hook Pain Resonance as well. So even even with all these regression perks, just a third to top it off there, make sure these gens just come to a screeching halt as they do find Adam. Adam is the survivor. I believe this is the only other Death Hook survivor, as I don't believe David has taken a second hook yet. So this Adam is only worth 1 point here to this killer. But I imagine they will probably slug them for the 4K. Ooh. Interesting little mind game there, but they do win it in the end. Again, this corner is just not the 50-50 you want. And there we go. We have the slug as Spirit goes and looks for David, who is fully healed. So they're not going to be making too much noise. And as we don't have Strider. Oh, they were on the single man gen. Very interesting. Maybe thinking that Spirit wouldn't come check it, as it is such a difficult gen to progress through. And now we wait. Can Spirit find this remaining survivor and secure an additional 3 points for this trial? Phasing into main. Again, a little bit of a spectator bug there. They are, in fact, you know, not seeing in real color. It is the Spirit realm. But again, a little bit of spectator bugs here and there. It doesn't show us what it looks like to the Spirit sometimes. Going and checking out these exit gate areas. This would be a very bold place to hide, as this is a very common place that killers look. But fortune favors the bold sometimes. The other question now is that even if they find David, will Adam be able to hide out? As we've seen, it takes almost 2 minutes plus to cover the entirety of the map as a killer, and if the survivor's moving, even harder. A little bit of built-in hide and seek here as we close out this trial. Almost hitting the 2nd minute mark here, as Adam's bleed out timer is about halfway through. I also did not realize how soft the Spirit footsteps are. They are actually very, very hard to hear. Whereas some other killers are just full stomp mode. Spirit, it seems like they're just lightly tapping the ground. I did not realize that. Seems like maybe Adam might be crawling around here. I think I heard a groan. Hard to say. I don't have the expensive headset here. I just got some basic headset. Yeah, it seems like they are going to have to take the gamble here, as Adam has about 1 minute and 15 left to bleed out. And you don't want to let this bleed out happen. That's an additional 1 point you do not get. Seems like they're heading towards the central area for a better positioned hook. And that is lights out for Adam. An additional point secured for this Spirit, as there are still 3 on the line with this David in the wild. If David is able to escape, that will give an additional 2 points to them as well. And they do manage to phase and find the David. Now it's a matter of if it's an all-out race to find that hatch. Now that we are in chase, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over to the survivor's perspective. I want to see this chase from your perspective, David. It's the end of the game here. Oh, they will take that hit. And it looks like a good old windows of opportunity as well. Playing this very boldly, and they will go down in the end. Unfortunate, but well played regardless, and this will be Death Hook for David. A full 4K for the Spirit. That's going to be 24-8 as we are going to go into trial number 2 here very shortly. Remarkably interesting game there. Survivors not quite able to crack that 3 gen on the other side, as that was a single gen as the last one. Again, I have spawned to this map where there were 3 single man gens, and it was possibly the worst RNG I've ever seen. But regardless, a very fascinating and interesting game to say none the least. Oh, they did have Smash Hit. What an absolute gamer. I love it. I love this perk so much. I'm glad to see more usage. But with that said, that will be the end of trial number 1. And we're moving into trial number here very shortly. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to run a quick ad break as we get that set up. And we're going to be seeing not Spirit, Plague up next, which also is a first for me. I have not seen Plague go to Larry's, and I can only imagine how annoying that vomit is going to be to try and get some taps on. But with that said, we'll be back very shortly. Again, you are our only sponsor. We do appreciate y'all sitting here through the ads. Any subscriptions, bits, donations, all help us on the back end and continue to provide a great experience for the viewers. With that said, we'll be back very shortly. Stay tuned, folks. All right, folks, welcome back. We are going to trial number 2 here very shortly. It's going to be a plague from No Mercy, and we will see if this plague does in fact show no mercy, as anything's on the line here. They need a 4K at the very least. However, it all comes down to how many gens are going to be left up at the end of this. Only time will tell. Plague, what do you have for us? Show us what you got. Immediately vomiting on a generator. Good stuff. We do see a corrupt intervention this time from Plague. Very interesting choice, as this just gives survivors more incentive to stealth out the first 2 minutes, as it is going to be very difficult to find them. Yeah, they're just going around doing their patrol, inspecting some generators. Standard stuff. Seeing some scratch marks back here, though. Yeah, there are some latent scratch marks here, and yeah, they're going into the back. They are splitting up. Oh, they're not going to bother stealthing out at all. They're like, Plague, we see you. Come and get it. We see the Devotee's Amulet as well as the green apple. I'm wondering if there is a benefit to indoor maps using the green apple over the yellow one. I'm not really sure. I need someone to explain that to me in the chat if you can. I need someone to explain to me if there is a benefit to using the green over the yellow in these scenarios. Trying to figure out where their first chase is going to be. Looking to get some survivors infected here. Single man gen confirmed. Good little attempt there to try and get a quick infection, but not going to work out. They will get the infection, however, at the pallet stun. I'm glad it will be the first among many of this game to be infected. Leaving them entirely, and it's just going to let them build the infection on their own. We do find Ace. God Pallet is not on this side. Yeah, it does not seem like God Pallet is on this side, instead on another bit. And Ace will be affected here. Leaving the tile altogether, doing a very efficient job of looping here against this 115. Corrupt is almost about to expire here momentarily. This will result in an M1. And now survivors are aware there is also Thanatophobia in play. Interesting to see it used after the nerf. However, there are only a select handful of killers that can get value out of this perk anymore, I feel like, anyway. So Plague, being one of them, might as well try it out. Gens are 2% slower as of right now. Only 1 stack as they do go into infection. Claudette not going just yet. I'm wondering if they are walking to extend it as long as possible. Trevor is over here, and they do identify the Lori. Yeah, and there is that God Pallet. Infecting the God Pallet as well, so if Lori drops it, they will be infected. And Lori going to leave all together, going to the other side of the map. Possibly a second survivor going to be able to finish that generator momentarily. Not going for the vault. Good mind game there from the Lori. No Lithe, however, is going to wind up with them infected. And they are very quickly infected there. Taking the pallet stun. A little bit of mind game there, and they do whiff. 1 gen down for these survivors. Slory is leading on a very strong chase here. 6% total slowdown at the moment. Almost getting balanced landing there. Lori leading this into some kind of infinite possibly, as they're going to be able to get some good distance away from this killer. Claudette staying slugged for the moment and might go down as well as Lori. They will be able to get underneath this pallet, however. Is there a survivor to save them? It does seem like there is, and there will be a pallet stun from Kate. Also a cracker to extend the blindness duration. However, Claudette will be going down onto a hook as well. Not quite able to secure the pressure of a double down, but regardless, well played to these survivors. And there's the first hook coming in for this killer. I would expect after some of these chases, maybe, especially because there is not a fourth survivor infected, now there is even less. They're going to choose to drink up instead. Thanatophobia not quite hitting full stride of the 20% slowdown, as Kate has managed to remain uninjured this whole time. However, it seems like they may be looking to try and secure this second stage here, as main buildings, I call this main building, main area's gen has already finished. Kate over here as well. Second gen going down, third gen almost on its way here as Kate goes into the back. Seems like it might be a lie. Third gen popping for these survivors. And that's not even the one that Kate was on. They might be looking to have a fourth gen down here momentarily. They do. That is 4 gens down. Honestly, I thought Kate took a big old splash of corrupt purge to the face, and I guess it was just a graphical error. Yeah, and there is second stage secure. Survivors doing insane work here. Splitting up and identifying and getting these gens out of the way so well. Also, I think it is worth saying as I'm looking at this here, I don't know about you guys, I'm seeing this wiggle bar not move. I think we have a kinship as well on our hands, as that is delayed. Best case scenario for these survivors, giving a second stage to this killer, but in the meantime, giving so much time for these survivors to finish a potential another gen. Oh, and they are going in for the unhook here. Another survivor being infected. There is the borrowed time. Looking for this other survivor. They are going to be able to secure the 20% slowdown here from the Kate. As Kate's going to run out of here, but imagine they're going to go down very shortly. But the last generator completes anyway, and an adrenaline to boot from this Kate. Absolutely insane gameplay from these survivors. Just perfect coordination the whole time. Spicy vaults from this Kate as well, as it is now blocked off. But they will stun them out of their power. I think they were hoping... Yeah, they were hoping that she would be infected by the time that would have finished, and now the question is, how many outs can these survivors secure, as there are no endgame perks to speak of for this killer. A fresh hook on Kate would be huge, but they are running into God Pallet territory. Drinking up. Is it going to be in time? No, she gets into the part of the building. There is a cleanse from Claudette. Dodging the puke from the plague again. More cleanses from the ace. Kate does go down. Yeah, we see our first out. And now I imagine we will see this hook camped out to second stage, unless there is a deliverance, as this was the server that got the unhook here. A deliverance from this Kate would be massive. We don't see anybody going for the unhook here just yet. Plague looking to do it to drink up here. This will be able to secure second stage should anybody come for it. Yeah, and they will take their outs. Will there be a last second deliverance? No, there will not. Kate will go into the darkness and be met at the campfire. Full 6 points awarded for that hook, and 5 more for the other. But a very, very strong showing from the survivors of this set, and this will be a strong set 1 victory for Eviscerate. And yeah, we didn't really see Eruption come into play here at all, as the gens honestly flew by the first time that chase really got done. Scourge Hook Pain Resonance not taking effect either, as again it was a basement hook. Thanaphobia only getting real value at the end there. That was Survivors just came ready for that game, and on top of it, yeah, Deliverance wasn't even in play there on the Kate. It was on the Lori the whole time. So GGWP there, and we will be going into trial number 3, set number 2 here very shortly. And I believe we are going to be playing on the game here in just a second. Let me double check that. Yes, we are. We're going to be playing on the game next. So we're going to be seeing a spirit brought from No Mercy to the game. And oh, I'm going to save that for later. Trial number 4 is going to be Spice. This is not a killer I would expect to see in Comp anytime soon, but we have it, and I'm very excited to see what this killer brings to the table. But we'll be back in just another moment. Again, we're going to have a quick ad break, as you are our only sponsors. It does help us out on the back end to have this additional, watch time. We really appreciate it. We'll be back shortly with a spirit from No Mercy on the game. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Champions of the Fog. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're getting into trial number 3 here very shortly. Again, we are going to the game, and we're going to be seeing a spirit here. So, personal preference from me, I don't know if we will see it this time around. I'm a huge fan of Jolt on the game. It's the only perk the killer can bring that I feel like generally just gives so much value. Such a small map, so contained. It's kind of like that old, impossible skill check doctor style. You know that you're going to get Jolt value every time you slap a survivor. So I'm curious if the killer will bring Jolt or not. But with that said, we want to find out very much longer as we are loading in right now. And there we have it. The spirit is in. Immediately going into phase, looking for that first survivor. They did bring corrupt intervention, interestingly enough. I don't know if I have enough experience to commentate whether it's a good one. Oh, I think as soon as Spirit saw the ace, it was too late. It's like, oh, there's a survivor there. All right, we're taking a hit. And we have 1 pallet out of 235 down. Oh, a blind. Okay, that actually kind of spooked me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting a blind there. And another pallet. It's crazy that you have this many pallets, but we've come to expect it from this game. Yeah, look, these survivors, they don't care. They'll toss every pallet. They are so ready. This is a survivor's paradise. Spirit phasing away, going after someone else, wanting more pallets for the insatiable hunger. Pre-dropping. 1 gen almost already completed as it was being 2-manned out. Oh, just whiffing. These survivors have multiple avenues here. Nia being the first one to take a hit, confirming that there is in fact no sloppy butcher or thanatophobia. It looks like they will go ahead and kick this generator. It is yellow. Can only imagine which of the 2 perks, maybe even 2 perks that could be. And they're going to follow up with this Lori here. I think she just went straight through a pallet that dropped. Yeah, Cyber's dropped a pallet. There's so many here. I feel like, man, would you get fire up value even possibly? I don't know. So many pallets to go through. And Spirit doesn't want to, they don't want to kick him. They want to mind game them, but I think they're going to be forced to kick him. Oh, good job. Good 50-50 from this Lori. I would have broken this. I would not take my takes here. Going for round 2. Will they get the 50-50? Nope, Lori just she dodged. She's out of here. She has left the building. Spirit not liking this at all. Phasing after another survivor and not able to get the 50-50 on that one either. Pallet already gone. Corrupt intervention has fully expired here. And since that jet is still yellow after a full minute, I would imagine this has to be eruption. Kicking it once again. Looking around for a survivor, they do find Ace here. Ace will probably be taking a M1. The question is, can they get the down as well? Oh, they are in the bathroom area. Lori going to take a hit as well. 2 survivors injured, and they're going to be following with the phase. Can they get this down? Spirit desperately needs the down here. Not quite able to make it as Lori's going to get a little bit of distance here. Will they be able to make it to a pallet as this killer is 110? It looks like they will. Mind game not working. 1 gen down. Lori is going to take the M1 though. And there will be an eruption on that generator. So eruption is confirmed. However, unfortunately, my wishes were not granted. There is no jolt. Ooh, that was a pain res as well, as you saw that sparks fly. So there is pain res and eruption here. Do find the ace is getting their second injury here, but 2 survivors unaccounted for, 1 generator down. I can only imagine how much how much pressure these survivors have on the generators. Ooh, ace right there in front of the killer. Not able to get it. Killer is not happy with that. Looking up into the sky, asking why, oh, why am I on this map? Following up with the ace, getting just the tip, and very excited for that hit, as this will be first hook coming in for the ace. I would not go for that hook. There is a pallet there waiting to meet your face. Yeah, and Spirit, knowing that there is a potential pallet stun there, is not going to go for it. And this will be second hook for the killer. 6 points secured so far, as another pain res explodes above. Checking around to see if there's any survivor here. Going to go ahead and connect these two areas, as it looks like these are both pain res hooks. Having easy access to both of them. All right, so I want some audience feedback here real quick. I don't do this very often. Do you kick the doors on the game as a killer, or do you let them stand? Is it situational? I want to hear from you guys. I'm just very curious. Anyway, second gen going down for these survivors is going for a hook trade from Nia here. Eruption kicking off on that gen as well, and they're going to look to get rid of this ace entirely. Does that survivor have borrowed time? No, they don't, but they do have balanced landing. And they do go down regardless. That is 2 people slugged here. And that is 2 pain res hooks next to each other as well. Trying to see if they can get the Nia, not wanting to potentially eat a decisive strike here. 1 pain res coming in. Second one on its way. No, they're not going to test a decisive strike from the survivor. They do not want to check it. And there is another survivor over here on the top. No second chance perks have been used from the survivors thus far. No deliverance, no unbreakable, no decisive strike. Anything is open. They do get the hit on the Kate as well, being able to hear it. Very happy about that hit as well. As a third generator goes off, deliverance from the Nia. Pickup coming in on the ace as well. Survivors have done a full reset almost. A sprint burst to boot. Nia saying, come and chase with me. I have so many pallets to show you. Incredible survivor comeback play there from this team, as Nia will go down again. They know there is no decisive, as they were picking up the ace. Unless that was a cheeky bait and ace had unbreakable and they wanted to fake it. I don't know if you'd go through that much trouble though. Second hook coming in on the Nia. Plenty of regression for the Spirit so far between the eruption and the pain res. Spirit looking around at these gens, seeing which ones can be worked on. They do see Nia over here. I'm sorry, not Nia, Kate. Listening around Kate, probably. No, that's not even Kate. That is Lori. No wonder we don't hear anything. They're just going to opt to kick that generator and go back down. However, a second gen on the top side being worked on. Hearing a survivor, but not quite able to make their location. Probably trying to secure this down on the Nia. Yeah, an ace coming in here. Ace having already, oh my goodness, these survivors are so good with these mind games. Really, really well done for the people as well from the ace on the Nia. Nia is fully healed here. Yeah, and going to get the grab, forcing the eruption. And that is second hook for the ace here, as well as a pain resonance hook. That gen, there are 2 separate generators with so much progress already. Really, really well done from these survivors. An unhook happening on the ace as well. Spirit trying to pressure both these generators. I really feel like this, I think this pallet should have been gone already. Yeah, Survivor's going to try and double team this out. However, they are. Oh, Spirit not opting to get that gen ready with eruption. Lori will take a hit, not able to mind game that one this time. And possibly with that short of a phase, yeah, they have their phase back up and they will be trying to secure this hit. Yeah, not quite able to get, as that was a very, very good pallet stun. Spirit not having any more of it is going to go back to this generator to get it regressing again. Survivors have a lot of pressure. Ace has been healed after that for the people play, as well as Lori getting healed as well. However, they do find Nia. Nia is Death Hook here and could be in a little bit of trouble. Spirit barely getting the hit there as the 360 happened. Oh, that is a Call of Brine as well. So we know the final perk for this killer as they have the full slowdown package. Seemingly almost a standard in this point. We've seen a lot of this same build here today. Spirit waiting for their power to come back up, I think. Yeah, checking to see if survivors are on that generator. They are. One gen down. Nia's going to get to the safety of the God pallets in the corner here. They will force the pallet drop. Nia is in trouble. Can they finish that gen before this last one? Where is the adrenaline? And they do go down. Eruption on the generator. However, it doesn't seem like anybody's on it, or maybe the proper call out to get them off the generator before the pop can happen. Looking potentially for a pain res hook here to slow down the gens even more, as this Nia is Death Hook. Yeah, it was. That was a pain res. Killer headed back up topside. No, it seems like they're gonna stick around and maybe chase the ace. Not even bothering to chase the ace. He said, no, I don't want that. I don't want that chase. I'm going back up to my gens. But can they prevent them from being finished? Oh, there is not much on this generator. Able to hear the Lori breathing just in time to get a hit. And they're going to get these gens loaded up with Eruption and Call of Brine. But is there another gen underway already the survivors have in the pocket? There is some progress on this generator back here. Does the survivor have a heads up? It seems like they do. They may not even be working on it that much. Oh, there is somebody up here after all. And they'll be breaking these pallets, making these for much less safe chases for these survivors. Again, so many pallets to chew through. I wouldn't have been surprised if they were up brutal strength. Yeah, more God pallets going down as we see more Call of Brine skill checks over here. Killer is drawn back to this generator to get it regressing. It is now a 3v1. Is this a bait play? I cannot tell. And this survivor will go down, seemingly kind of lost, unless it was intentional. Ace is here, however. This will be a hook right next to this generator. Second hook for this Lori. Trying to figure out where that ace went. Looking around this whole area and not seeing anything just yet. I'm still really surprised we haven't seen this pallet kicked yet. Ah, there we go. I've been waiting all game for this. Pallet is gone. Now the question is, how much time has that Kate had on the other generator in the corner? Have they had enough time to finish it? Jen has almost no progress whatsoever, and they do get the unhook on the Lori. Spirit opting to possibly cut these survivors off from escaping. They do have Lori kind of cornered here. Ace will probably be taking a hit. Oh, and they do bait it out, and they get the 50-50. Lori is dead here if they do not have Decisive Strike. Oh, but what would Lori be without Decisive Strike? What would Lori be? Staying true to character, Lori does have it. The question is, can they get it? Is there a flashlight save? No, there is not. However, Ace was here to take a body block, but it's all for nothing as the survivor is dead. Spirit may be able to clutch victory from the jaws of defeat here. However, plenty more hook stages to go, and we have seen multiple bleed out attempts on this map before. Ace is in big trouble, though. Wasting as much time as possible. Maybe hoping that Kate can finish a generator and maybe get an out potentially even. Yeah, there's still enough hooks back here that this... Yeah, they do. Kate does finish the generator. Well played to them, as this will be at least 10 points. And if this survivor escapes, that is a full 6 points stolen from this killer and 3 points of war to them. Oh, I think the killer has an idea. Oh. Maybe just some, you know, reverb from that hook. I thought that was a Kate over there by that pallet. This killer quickly looking for the hatch. But even without the hatch, you have the exit gates, which are also a potential win con here. They do find the hatch. That is a full 6 points stolen from this killer and 3 points to the survivors. Survivors managing to get 13 points out of that trial and only letting the killer have 18. Massive play by this K to get that gen done and the hatch found. Well played indeed. Well played indeed. It's going to make it a much more difficult trial number 4 for No Mercy to try and clutch it back. In fact, if the points are accurate, I don't know if No Mercy can get to the match point. I think they have to fight for the set point here. Really, really well played. Good stuff. Good stuff. But with that said, I can now give you the surprise. We're going back to the game, obviously, but we are going to be seeing a Legion. No, I did not stutter. It is a Legion from Eviscerate for this last trial, and I am thoroughly excited. Legion's probably one of my favorite killers, and yes, I can say that I played Legion way before the update. I know they're very annoying now. Please don't hate me. I'm sorry. I just love Legion. When you want to go fast and stab, who are you going to play? Anyway, with that said, we have one final break here before this last trial. Again, stay with us. We are going to get this trial very soon for you. We appreciate you sticking around, watching the ads, subs, bits, donations. We do appreciate it. It is very helpful for us on the back end. We'll be back very shortly with trial number 4, a Legion on the game. I would love to see Jolt. Just saying, you don't have to bring in. I will definitely not be hurt if you don't bring Jolt. Please bring Jolt. All right, welcome back, everybody, to trial number 4. The Legion has returned, and we're going to be going back to the game here. And being on the back end, I do get to preview what the build is, and I am thrilled for what this Legion is going to bring to this game, and I'm very excited to see if it works out for them. But with that said, we shouldn't have to wait too much longer. I'm sure you all will recognize the perks very quickly as we get into this game, as it is... They're not trying to hide anything or pull any punches. It is just straight violence from the get-go, and I am here for it. I am very excited. So with further ado, Legion, show us what you got. We do immediately see the Eerie button and the Julie's mixtape there. Server dropping down immediately. As we all know what the Eerie button does, and Julie's mixtape does give you your power back when you are stunned by a pallet. So, very much leaning into the, yes, please hit me with pallet survivors. I am here for this. This is what I want. And 2 survivors here as well. A little bit of lag there, but they do find the hit on the Kate and immediately dropping out to chase them. And they do get the hit around the corner. Absolutely disgusting first bit from the skiller, and this will be first hook coming in on the Kate. Seeing about what other survivors there are, seeing nothing at the moment. Currently, no perks being revealed just yet. And they do find the Claudette. That is a nasty looking weapon, by the way. That saw is grotesque. And they do get the hit through the pallet, not bothering to drop it, as survivors probably realize that it is not going to be worthwhile to stun this killer too much. Seeing a healthy survivor over here, wanting to make sure that everybody's injured. Surprisingly, there is no thanatophobia, as so multiple survivors are injured at the moment. Might be a little bit wanting to keep this Adam back in the corner. Adam will be running to the next one, taking the hit through the pallet, not bothering, just face tanking it. And we'll get the long wall vault. Will they be able to continue this chase? Interesting mind games coming in here from the Legion that works out. Adam going down at the long wall, not able to get that vault off. And will we see a basement hook? No, they're not going to take him to the basement. They're going to hook him right here. Immediately frenzying off again. 2 hooks for this killer. No gens yet from these survivors, if they've just been getting pushed around. Center gen has a little bit of progress, but not too much. Kate getting stuck there. Yeah, a little bit of lag, I think. As I think that was meant to be a 360 attempt, and instead, ooh, a little bit of a fake there. Well done from the Legion. That is very, very slick. Very interesting. I don't know what's going on anymore. I feel like the game's kind of falling apart from spectator perspective. Multiple survivors revealed with killer instinct there. This generator is almost done, though. And they will be able to possibly get a hit here on this Nia. No, they won't, but... Oh, what was that? That was a... Was that an enduring? Quick recovery time from the Legion. That is, in fact, enduring. No gen done just yet as they continue to chase this Nia. Very interesting mind games coming from this Legion. Trying to get a hit through the window. Going for some spicy flare plays. Also, I just love this chase because it's so good. We'll get a hit on the Nia here. Forcing them to this window. I don't know, I'm getting dizzy at this point. This Legion has some moves, I gotta say. Going into Bloodlust 1 here. And yeah, Nia will go down. This Generate has a lot of progress. A failed skill check is gonna regress 10% as well. kicking the generator for 2.5% and effectively nothing else. That's not yellow. It's not a yellow gen. First gen coming out for these survivors. As a third hook stick comes in, seeing a hook upstairs that they particularly like. And it is, in fact, Spirit Fury Enduring. Second gen being done for these survivors as Claudette takes a hit. Like I said, folks, it is a very spicy build today on this Legion, and I am here for it. As of right now, with this third hook, I do believe 9 points is enough to confirm that the match point is out of contention. It was a 17-point differential. Immediately breaking it with the Eerie button. They do get the unhook on the Nia, and Cloud is going to take a hit. Immediately going after the Kate now. Immediately getting their power back and breaking it. This Legion is unstoppable. The Julie's mixtape with the Eerie button is just doing work. All right, when we find this Nia dropping the pallet, not getting a stun on the Legion. Legion is going to continue their march of fury across the map. Seeing Adam. They will get the hit on the Adam. This next hit will be lethal. Spirit Fury Enduring for the value. Oh. For those of you who are particularly closely attentive to detail, you will notice that that swing was in fact faster for the recovery. This killer has unrelenting as well. The full chase build, the anti-pallet build is here. Again, for those who don't realize, if you swing through a pallet and they don't drop it because they know it's Spirit Fury Enduring, you'll catch them with that extra 30%. Ending immediately after hitting. And be following up this chase, and it does go down. Some very spicy hits here. As these pallets don't seem to be doing that much. In a game of Dead by Daylight where pallets are everywhere on this map, pallets don't seem to be doing nearly as much with Legion, it seems like. Second hit coming in as well. Jen still regressing from that earlier kick, and survivors seem to be kind of trying to reset here. As Legion goes off and tries to find another survivor. They do find the Adam in the corner. Adam is in a little bit of trouble as, remember, these pallets are not too safe. Legion kind of making the Adam sweat it out a bit, trying to make them think where they're coming from. Adam holding to the corner, not giving anything as a third generator does go for these survivors. This Legion's really trying to make this Adam sweat it out. And there you go, they have it. Oh. A little bit of mind games there. And they're going to give chase to the Adam, and they're going to keep him in this corner. Oh, getting the hit over the pallet, and that's going to be another pallet break as well. Absolutely insane chases from this Legion so far. And this will be, I believe, second hook for Adam, or is it first? It is, never mind, it is death hook for the Adam. See you back at the campfire, my friend. I imagine for how long that chase went in the corner, though, we might see at least another generator pop. Possibly two survivors back here as well. Losing their power on the swing, but they will be able to find the Nia regardless. Yeah, there is that fourth generator. Oh, and they do win the mind game. Spirit Fury activating and giving this killer a lot of chase power. And I don't know if there is a pallet here for this Nia. However, for what? Oh, the unrelenting value coming in. They're giving them closer. Oh my goodness. This might be one of the only times we might ever see unrelenting value in a competitive game of Dead by Daylight. That 30% recovery speed. Now a death hook for the Nia. A 2K is secured at the very least. Could there be a 3, even possible 4K? This generator has a lot of progress though. Both Claudette and Kate working on it simultaneously, trying to get it finished. Free dropping the pallet. However, Eerie button will get them over the top. Hitting the Kate. and going after the Claudette now to make sure they secure both injuries. Getting the hit, but immediately getting their power back and vaulting over it. Oh my goodness, this Legion is unstoppable. No pallet is too strong. And even if they had missed it, they had Spirit Fury. Oh, imagine you're a survivor in the match of the game, and you realize that pallets don't save you. There is nothing that saves you from the Legion. First hook for this Claudette as they do see the Kate dropping down potentially. Was it a fake? No, the Kate is here. Deliverance from the Claudette, though, is going to give the second Fibers a much needed second chance here. Possibly going to finish that last generator. Good fake from the Kate here. Interesting mind games coming in from the killer as well. Seems like they're doing a bit of a dance, and they do finish that last generator, but as the killer reveals, there is also a no-ed in play. And they're going to potentially slug out here for the 4K, looking for this Claudette. And they do find the blood trail. They have a safe area over here. Are they going to pre-drop it? They're not. They are going to tempt fate with the Legion. Going to take the M2. Legion's going to come in, trying to force the Palisade, but not going to get it. Immediately jumping into power to break that, and it's going to follow suit. Without an Unbreakable coming in here, I think there is going to be a 4K on the horizon. They do get the Spirit Fury set, and they get the down for the 4K. Absolutely insane games here coming in from this Legion. And you know what? I couldn't be happier. I am a huge fan of Legion. This was an absolutely insane Legion game. We got to see Spirit Fury enduring multiple times take out these pallets. Unrelenting value, not once, but potentially twice. And now all that is left is for this killer to find the last slugged out survivor on the ground. I must say, not only were this some spicy games on indoor maps, but also getting to see a killer that does not get enough love. I am thrilled to be here. Question is, where is this last survivor? Will Kate be able to manage to bleed out? Nope, they are in the basement waiting for the Legion to find them. And this will be a much earned 4K for the Legion. Well played. And with that said, Eviscerate will secure the 3-0 victory to No Mercy. So congratulations to Eviscerate on your win, and GGWP to No Mercy on what was a very fun match. I don't know about you guys, but I thoroughly enjoyed this game. This was a very fun match to witness. Just looking at this full build again, I got to see this beginning, and I was drooling over how sweet this build was. So with that said, that will be the end of the first match of the day. Again, we have another match coming up in about 20 minutes, so stay tuned for that. With that said, that was Eviscerate versus No Mercy, and we have one more match. So stay tuned, everybody. I've been your host, LittleRugaard. That was some of the most fun games. I am glad we're having these indoor matches. I am so psyched for the next one. Hope you'll stay tuned for it, and we'll be back very shortly. Stay tuned, folks.